How's it going, Jack Tackers, and welcome back to another video for you guys. Today, I might be starting a new series on this channel where I rank every age or era of the Disney animated films. And obviously, we're starting off with the Golden Age, which was the first era of Disney feature animated films. And I'm kind of doing a little quest right now. I'm trying to, if you follow me on Letterboxd, you will know that I've been watching through a lot of the Disney animated films. And it just seemed like a fun thing to watch all, like, 60 or something of them. I think, like, 61 or 62, something around there. And it just seemed like a fun thing to do. So I guess I'll rank the ages as I go along. Because there's multiple. There's the Golden Age, Wartime Era, the Silver Age, Bronze Age, all that stuff. And it goes on and on. The Renaissance. And yeah, it's there's a lot of movies to go over. But in the Golden Age, which is what we're going to be talking about today, there's actually not that many movies. I believe it might be the shortest era for Disney animated films because it got cut off because World War II started. So there's only 5 movies to go over. And yeah, I guess without further ado, let's just hop on in. Starting off at number 5, my least favorite movie from this era, or this age. It's called the Golden Age. My least favorite would have to be Fantasia. I know some people might be a little upset that I put it at the bottom, but I will say I don't really hate any of these movies. I like Fantasia, but it's not a movie. I mean, it's not. It is a visual concert, that's what people like to call this movie, because it is not really a narrative film. There's not a broad story that... It's a collection of shorts, basically, with no dialogue and just music and animation. And if you like that, that's cool. And I understand the appeal. I really do. I understand the appeal, why people would like this. But for me, it's just... There's not a bigger story being unraveled here. It more so just serves as a time capsule for Disney animation. They end up doing... another Fantasia in the year 1999, Fantasia 2000. And it very much shows... I haven't seen that one, actually, yet at the time of me making this video, but in terms of the 1940 Fantasia, it's a little dull. Also, I think it's the longest Disney animated film that Disney's produced, which is interesting. It's like over 2 hours long, which isn't long for a regular film, but... considering most of these films end up only being like an hour and 20 minutes long, yeah, it's interesting. I'll tell you that much. But yeah, it's my least favorite. But yeah, moving on to my number 4 spot, I'd have to say that it's Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, which I feel sad about putting Snow White this low. But I mean, there's only 5 movies, so like some of these movies that I enjoy are gonna have to be lower. I like Snow White, and the fact that it's the first Disney film, the first animated feature of all time, that means something. That really means something. However, it is incredibly tedious. A lot of these Disney movies are, actually, especially the earlier ones. They're very tedious. What I mean by that is, well, that's a nice way of saying they're boring, because a lot of things are just stretched out, and it's not very interesting. The story is kind of bare bones. And there's a story for sure, but there's not a lot happening either. And it just kind of feels like they're trying to stretch the story out as long as they can. And they can't even stretch it out that long because the movie ends up only being an hour and 20 minutes. So it's like, all right. But, there's some bangers, songs in this, Hi Ho, Hi Ho. It's a banger. Of course. It's iconic. This movie's iconic. The Evil Queen, great villain. And it's a perfectly fine movie, but, it's going to be a little lower on the list, at least in my opinion. But at number 3, I have Pinocchio. Now, I like Pinocchio. However, I feel like, really, in recent time, I don't really like Pinocchio anymore, or at least the story of Pinocchio. I still like this movie, don't get me wrong. But with all the remakes, especially last year... I think we got 3 Pinocchio movies last year. I only saw 2 of them. Obviously, the Robert Zemeckis Pinocchio and the Guillermo del Toro Pinocchio, which was on Netflix, which was pretty good. But, I've seen this story so many times, so I don't even really want to talk about this movie anymore. It's still iconic. When You Wish Upon a Star and all that. And I still like the characters, Geppetto, Jiminy Cricket. They're good. They're solid. But yeah, it's just it doesn't do it for me anymore, really, because I've seen the story so many times, so I'm kind of tired of it. It's not really the movie's fault, but is what it is. Anyway, at number 2, these top 2, I'm guaranteeing no one suspected me putting these in the top 2, but here we are. At number 2, I have Bambi. I have a lot of nostalgia for this one, so that's probably why it's ranked this high. But I absolutely love this movie. I actually made a whole review for it a while ago. And I part of me kind of disagrees with that review. I said it didn't hold up as well upon rewatch. But I disagree. I rewatched it after I made that review recently. And I was like, no, it's pretty good, actually. I still love it. Again, it could be my nostalgia talking. But it's a very cute movie. It's got great animation as well. Very, very beautiful stuff, especially that one fight in the woods with Bambi and the other male deer. All the shadows and stuff. Really cool stuff. I really liked it. And yeah, I have a lot of nostalgia for it, but it is what it is. At the end of the day, I like Bambi. And it's also very sad. Spoiler alert. I mean, if you haven't, everyone's seen this movie. Bambi's mom, when she dies, that's pretty tragic, brother. That's pretty tragic stuff. But yeah, I like this movie quite a lot. It's actually one of my favorite Disney animated films. Maybe not top 10 worthy, but it could be. Who knows? Maybe barely top 10 worthy. I don't know. But anyways, at number 1, which this movie's probably definitely top 10 worthy, we have Dumbo. And I know pretty much most people would put this one at the bottom. It's the shortest Disney animated film. Doesn't really have a third act. The ending's kind of rushed. But yet again, just like Bambi, I have immense nostalgia for it. And it's very, very, very adorable. It's probably the cutest freaking movie I've ever seen. I just gotta be honest. I also cry when watching this for some reason. Just that scene when Dumbo's mom is behind the bars and she puts her trunk out and she's kind of like carrying him and she's singing that song. Brother, that is just emotional stuff. I just gotta be honest. I don't know how you are like, people watch that and don't think that it's cinema. Because it is. It's pure cinema as far as I'm concerned. I really love this movie. Yeah, I think I like the circus vibe. I think, circus, all the circus music, the Casey Jr. Casey Jr. Yeah, it's a banger, okay? I'm not even making any sense right now. But anyway, that is the Disney Golden Age, though. Literally only 5 movies. And it's a pretty solid age. Like, in terms of my thoughts on the overall era for Disney, it was pretty decent. It's not a bad era. These 5 movies are all solid. Again, even though Fantasia is ranked last, I still think it's okay. I like all these movies, to be honest. And it just kind of goes to show you that it's a pretty decent age. However, next time, I don't even know if I'll make this video, but we'll see. Because, oh, yuck. The wartime era. Ugh. Am I really going to make that video? We'll see. But of course, let me hear your thoughts on my ranking. And of course, let me hear your own ranking of all 5 Disney Golden Age movies. Because I'm interested to see. I know most people ain't going to put Bambi and Dumbo in their top 2. But here I am. I'm not trying to be different. I swear. I wanted to express my honest opinions. But yeah, let me hear your thoughts down in the comments below. Let me know if you want me to keep doing this series. And we'll go through all the eras. I probably will keep doing it because I am continuing to watch through all the movies. But yeah, if you guys like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.